Alrighty, season 19 Ventures is out, and I could not be any less happy. Ventures has been a grind for 19 seasons. I remember back in the day whenever Ventures was announced, I remember being in VC on Xbox with my friends, and they're like, "Did you just see the newest home base status report?" And I'm like, "What?" Like, they're talking about how like they're stopping updates, they're just coming out with a seasonal update, and basically the announcement of Ventures. And that's when most creators started saying that they're going to quit to save the world, moving on to other games. And yeah, so yeah, very interesting. Long time, and very crazy where we came from. So I remember it as clear as day, remembering those days. Otherwise, you're probably here for Venture Loadouts video. So season 19 is out. If you guys don't know, basically this was supposed to be Mild Meadows, but last season got changed, so Flannel Falls took over, and then the modifier for the season is actually something pretty cool. I think it's nothing like crazy good. It's not in your favor or anything, but escalation doesn't hurt you nor help you. But basically what it does, maintain an elimination streak to increase your power. Every 30 eliminations, your team will trigger an elemental burst that hits nearby enemies and a 10% damage boost to weapons and ability damage, building up to a maximum of 100% extra damage. The streak will be lost if you go 20 seconds without an elimination. So basically what you have to do is you have to kill 30 enemies. It causes a effect to happen. I think there's 5 stages. Back in the day, there was just 5 stages and it would tell you which one you're on, but now it just happens every 30 eliminations. But basically there's like stunning, there's dancing, there's freezing, and then I think there's another one. Actually, I think those are all 3. I think they're used to, maybe there's another one. I forgot the ones, but basically every single time you eliminate 30 enemies, it happens, it triggers it, and then moves on to the next one and repeats itself over and over. And then if you do it enough times, once again, you'll get 100% extra damage, which is actually pretty good. If you can keep killing 30 enemies over and over, you get an increased damage. You basically do double the amount of damage of what you could do, like 100% extra. So if you're doing like 10 damage, you're going to be doing 20 damage. So which is pretty cool. I think that's a cool modifier. I think the second part's really good. The first part doesn't really help you, nor go. It's not in your favor, nor it doesn't help you, especially whenever it's blockbuster season. So if you guys don't know, you get these husks that are basically they have 3 lives and they keep dying over and over and over and over unless if you use a water weapon to kill it. They're called Chrome Husk, and for some reason the dance effect basically makes them, once they're falling on the ground, the dance effect will raise them back up, which is really annoying. So yeah, once again, some of these things are kind of crazy. Otherwise, you guys are probably here for the loadouts, so I'm gonna just jump right into them. So there's actually no good loadout this season. It's a very bland and boring season, but these are the loadouts that I used, and you probably should use too, because it's very easy to do. Once again, these are my loadouts. All right, so if you have any good loadouts and if you want to suggest them, put them in the comments, because some people might want to know some good loadouts. But yeah, let's jump into it. So I actually run Ice King every single season. It's probably just because me, Archer, and AWallery, we all just kind of fall into whatever constructor we use. Usually I'm Ice King. I think Archer usually runs Mega Base or Power Base Nox, and then AWallery is usually based. So you just kind of go in line. Now, basically, I run recycling. I just need materials back, and then everything else is pretty much the same. Tough traps. This one's always necessary, just because you don't get your trap durability step bonus in Vengers, so you always want to make sure you have Machinist, Harper, and support. Power modulation, Base Kyle, and Mega Base are all important too. You should have those. Now, this final slot, this could be for anything. I think I put Rabbit Raider because I needed. Actually, I just put him in there because I wanted to crit more with my Xeon bow and my vacuum tube bow. So that's the reason why I have him there, but you could literally replace it with anything. If you're running Constructor and you need melee eliminations, put Paleo Luna in. If you need shotgun eliminations, put Buckshot Raptor in there for critical blast. This is up to you. And as always, your gadgets are up to you too. You literally can run whatever. Yeah, and then I think the next loadout that I actually use, this one's very common, is Clip. Now, actually, funny enough, I started off my very first mission running Southie lead, so you can swap Southie and Clip. And then instead of Enduring Machine, where, you could put something else for Blast of the Past. So, I think for Blast of the Past, I think I ran, Parasaur Jess, or you could run, Rex Jonesy, so you need eliminations, you can use that. Otherwise, it's really up to you. You can put whatever you want to activate it, but if Southie's in lead. Otherwise, I ran Southie in lead just because I wanted to get max materials right away, which I did, and then I swapped it back to Clip, so I can just get more materials whenever I did farm. So good tip right there. Run Southie for one mission, farm as much materials as possible and then put Clip back in the lead the next mission to farm just more crafting materials. So yeah, otherwise that's pretty much it. I mean, you can run focus support with hide for the last one of the past, just have extra health, and you get that regen of energy every 4 seconds. Strike cost, archaeologist, really good for the anti-material charge, and then work for increased pickaxe damage. And then for this last slot, if you are running Clip and lead, doesn't really matter what you run. You probably run like, Fleetfoot Kin to run faster, or if you really need something else, you could probably do like really whatever you want. Sometimes you could just really run whatever you want. I needed I think I was farming and I needed rocket kills, so I actually ended up doing this, and I was doing the pot shot, which costs 3 rockets, which is expensive. So, Enduring Machine helped me out there. Otherwise, moving on to the next loadout. I don't know why I keep clicking escape. I actually, Beetle Jest was just a go-to loadout real quick. I need SMG eliminations. This isn't a good one, but if you have all the heroes, I'd recommend just doing this for SMGs. This is a basic SMG loadout, and it's a 12th slot this season because I got my 12th slot. Fancy. But yeah, this isn't like a good, this was just made in like 2 seconds. So yeah, don't mind me. Don't mind that loadout. Otherwise, yeah, I think the only other loadout is a basic Stoneheart Fair loadout. You can get the Vacuum Tube build stone in the Xeon bells, so she's really good. She, especially in water storm missions, you can just destroy enemies. So what I do is Stoneheart Fair and lead was totally rocking out. Sub wafers, battle beat. You don't have to run wafers. You can actually run a fumble, which I probably should switch. I usually run fumble, but I keep forgetting to switch back. And then we got a Redline Ramirez and Rapid Raider Jonesy for that increased sniper damage and the sniper critical damage. So yeah, go to loadout if you get a Xeon bow or a Vacuum Tube bow. Really good. And then Diecast Jonesy. This is probably the most the best loadout overall throughout Ventures is Diecast Jonesy. The reason why we run Diecast Jonesy is because he increases your minigun damage, and he changes the type to energy. So doing any energy damage to any elemental husk it will always do more damage. So that's why we run it. And then Happy Holidays reduces the cooldown for that. Ain't done yet. Increases the duration. Going again, it decreases the cooldown by 30%, which makes the minigun cooldown to 29 seconds. It's actually not that bad. And first cup of the day increases the crit rating and the crit damage by 100%. Assault damage, that was just because I needed AR eliminations. You could literally run anything for that. And then also you can run anything for the last slot. I put hide because I needed shield and I didn't want to die as much. But there's a bunch of heroes that you could run. Yeah, a bunch. Extending Warcry or having, less chance of using ammo, stuff like that. Really good for loadouts like this, since you're in between killing enemies and using your minigun. So, anything like that works. You can also run, funny enough, you can actually run, I don't know why I can't remember the name, but you can run, there we go, Demolition Penny. So, if you're using a launcher, you can use that too. So, yeah, otherwise, yeah, I think that's pretty much it for that loadout. I use this one the most because it's just really good. So if you have any questions on that, I'll let you know. Otherwise, I think the only other loadout that I used was Paleo Luna. This is just a good overall Paleo Luna build. This is the usual one. I use it for melee eliminations, and she's just really good whenever it comes to getting a good melee weapon, and you need that, so you just use it. But I wouldn't recommend using Paleo Luna unless you get a good melee or unless you need melee kills. So running her in lead, she adds 9% of current health to melee weapon damage. So really good for any melee weapon. Blast from the Past gives you more health. So that's why you run Paleo in lead. And then we got hide and focus and support because melee weapon, of course, and extra armor. And then assassination, that just gives you more it grants you 1 stack of assassination up to 5. Basically, you can end up doing way more damage with the melee weapon. Battle Beat actually increases the attack speed on melee weapons, which is really good. And then Going Coconuts just for extra health, or if you need more health, you need to do that. And then you also do more damage by 16%. So really not that bad. Otherwise, that's all the loadouts that I use for Ventures. If you guys have any questions down in the comments, let me know. I know this isn't like a crazy cool video, but it's a very casual season 19. Flannel Falls, escalation modifier, nothing really exciting. So yeah, I recorded 3 videos today, so this is it. Otherwise, yeah, subscribe down below. If you guys have any questions, like I said, let me know down in the comments. Like the video if you enjoyed it. And as always, remember, have a great morning, afternoon, evening, wherever you are. And I will catch you guys in the next one.